just a hack. It's just an absolute hack. And he gets his ass kicked by his teammates every week. It's just, it's terrible. It's just terrible.
Welcome back to another episode of the Believe in FCS Football podcast. I'm Joe DeLeone, joined by my former teammate, former roommate at the University of Rhode Island, Mr. Sean Anderson. Sean, if you recall from yesterday, I have an update on the caffeine saga.
I'd love an update.
So for anyone who tuned into the FBS show, I encourage you to check it out if you missed it. I updated Sean that I'm trying to cut back my caffeine consumption, and I was drinking 2 cups of coffee a day. I was trying not to drink it right when I woke up. I was waiting until the middle of the day. Yeah, we already abandoned that, Sean.
Sure, of course you did.
I decided I went to the gym, tried to do it again today, had absolutely no energy at 7 o'clock this morning. So I bought a pre-made pre-workout from the vending machine, and I am fucking wired right now, and it is 4 o'clock.
Attaboy. Well, 4 o'clock. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Good for you. You know, you really stuck to it for about 5 hours.
It was 3 days. I did it for 3 days. I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I gave up on Thursday.
Okay. It's kind of like me and drinking. I get it. I definitely get it.
That's depressing to admit on the show, but
No. Look, it's Thursday Night Football. If there was no Thursday Night Football, easy no drink Thursdays. And also, drinking going down with Call of Duty starting because I can't be drunk playing and letting my KD get affected. Because some guys are like, you know, they can smoke or they can drink and they have a blast playing. But if I have like 3 beers, my play dramatically decreases. I have no shot of being effective at all.
Yeah, I played a couple times with you while drinking, and those performances weren't good. But
I need to be stone cold sober, about as sober as I can be to be good at Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'm the opposite with caffeine, though. I've come to the determination that I can't functionally operate without taking. I was trying not to take pre-workout, Sean, and I've noticed that I am my sharpest and most productive if I take the 300 milligram pre-workout and the caffeine pre-workout in the morning. So we're back to that. We're back to pissed off, on the edge, jacked up Joe 24/7. So be ready for that.
Okay. Yeah. Excited about it.
Yeah.
He's always super friendly and super nice and not hurtful and not insulting.
I
don't know who's worse. Waning off of caffeine Joe, who's meaner rather? Super jacked up caffeine Joe who just gets excited and lets things slide or fly out of his mouth and he says whatever and he doesn't care if it hurts his friends, or the or the hurting Joe who is not on the caffeine, so he's way grumpier and he has an attitude and stays grumpy at you.
Yeah, I think both are equally bad. I think both are
bad. They're
very,
both
very, very
bad dudes.
And this is the last of this before we transition into it. I actually already successfully got into it with somebody on the road. And I was so jacked up, didn't think of the consequences. We were in the left lane, didn't turn when it was sitting on yellow, decided to sit there. I honked at him. I was mad. Pulled up to me at the next light, jacked, massive, bald guy. I have never as quickly as possible been like, oh, fuck, this was not a good idea.
Why not? He's not getting out of his car.
I think he wanted to. He rolled down his window.
You won't make him get out of his car.
You can't encourage me to do that, Sean. We're very different sizes.
I don't think you have that club in your bag to make someone actually get out of their car and then peel off laughing in their faces, or to fight somebody in the street. I don't think you have either club in your bag. I don't have fighting in the street in my bag. You know why? This is why. Because I never tie my shoes. So if I get knocked out and my if I get knocked out and my shoes, you know how I keep them. I short laces on the side. I give a little knot in them, but I don't like having the tied shoes. It creases them. It's not as comfortable. If I get knocked out, this is for fighting at bars or restaurant, wherever. I'm not going to fight in public. I'm not going to fight you in public. Because if I get knocked out and I go tumbling backwards and my shoes fly in the air, which they will, it will be a meme forever. And it'll be look at this ogre who got knocked out, and then damn, where'd his shoe go? That shoe's still going. And then it's the rotating cat meme with the
as many cartoon noises as possible on that. Oh my god.
I can't ever. I'm not fighting. I'm not.
I don't have the tenacity. If I see somebody and they're smaller than me, I'm 100% going to. I fully believe at some point I will try to fight them. But if I see in this situation where I saw this guy was significantly larger than me, I was not having it. I kept my window rolled up and I just, I did.
So why do you talk so much shit to me?
Because it's I don't know. I just do. I know you enough to that I can talk shit to you. You know, it's one of those things.
Maybe you don't know me well enough.
Nah, maybe I don't. What I do know, Sean, is that we have 3 fantastic games this weekend that we're going to be talking about.
We are the opposite of the FBS this weekend.
Yes, the very opposite. There were actually 5 on here, maybe actually even 6, which we couldn't include all of them. And for the sake of not giving a minute to each game, we're only doing 3. Rhode Island, William and Mary, Idaho, Sacramento State, and then Montana traveling to Weber State are the 3 that we're going to get to. Sean, before we get to those, though, could you share a message to our listeners from our sponsor?
God, yes, I can. Get to it.
Sorry.
I was ready to loop you in on it because I'm trying to pick your brain about tonight. Ravens, Buccaneers. Ravens getting 2 points. They are the dogs, I think. Are they giving? Yeah, whatever.
Let's do a read reference for a game that might have probably been already played when everyone's listening to this.
Go screw. I'm trying to get your advice. All right.
Okay.
Who do you like in this one? Who do you like and why?
What was the line? Are you looking at the line?
I'm looking it up, you jerk. Yeah.
I don't know what the line is. You said it's +2 for the.
First of all, give me what team do you think is going to win?
Who is it even at?
Can you humor me?
I can humor you. The problem is that like Tom Brady's in like pissed off mode, so like he might just like this might be the game that he turns it around, but at the same time, short week, what usually succeeds? It's as you love to call it, the barnyard offenses that don't have any organ. And I'm not saying the Ravens don't have organization, but like if you are coming into a week with a short playbook, I trust the more athletic quarterback than I do the lesser athletic, more statuesque quarterback. So I think the Ravens.
I can help you out here. Buccaneers 3-4. They're at home. Ravens 4-3. Tampa favored by 2. I'm
taking Baltimore.
I think 100%. I'm leaning Baltimore also.
Mm-hmm.
I had a call with somebody else that said that Baltimore might have to be the play. Mm-hmm. Even though Baltimore hates to cover and they love to choke, and that's just what they do. But I mean, Tampa stinks. Tampa stinks on ice. And if you are confident, you listen to this as it goes, or if you have another lock of the week that you think of, then head to betonline.ag and join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code BLEAV, BLEAV, to receive your rewards. BetOnline, where the game starts. See, every read doesn't have to be a read as long as we get the tagline in. Sometimes it could just be a nice, healthy conversation.
Fuck
amongst
you.
Friends. Okay.
All right, what games to watch for that we've got this weekend? Let's get to them. Rhode Island, William and Mary, and as you folks know, if Rhode Island's ranked, we're freaking talking about them. We're forcing you. We're holding your head up in front of the television, and you are going to be a part of this journey along with us.
If you're a longtime listener, you know this hasn't happened a lot.
Yeah, and the few opportunities we've had, we have done it. So we're freaking doing it. Rhode Island's ranked 18th. William and Mary is 10th. William and Mary has the signature win this year where they beat Delaware, and we thought that Delaware was the king of the CAA. Not so fast. We've still got a lot of proving to do. This is an important game for Rhode Island, Sean, because after they're stopping at home against Delaware, this is their way to reclaim themselves in the standings. There is still a shot for them to win the CAA. They are not out of it. They're playing really well right now. I think it's very likely, and it all starts here traveling to William and Mary.
This top 5 in the CAA is bonkers. At 5th, Rhode Island, 3-1 in conference, 5-2 overall. 4th, Richmond, 3-1 in conference, 5-2 overall. 3rd, Delaware, 3-1, 6-1 overall. William Mary in 2nd place, 3-1, 6-1 overall. UNH, 5-0 in the conference, 6-2 overall.
Wait, did you just say Rhodey's leading or
Rhodey's in 5th?
And they've only got 1 loss, I thought.
They have 1 conference loss, but they lost to Delaware.
What? That actually is
Rhode
bonkers.
Island in 5th, Richmond 4th, Delaware 3rd, William Mary
2nd. That is
everyone else 2 through 5 knotted up at 3-1.
That is
how is UNH 5-0 in conference?
That's so annoying. Because
I hate UNH. I
hate
UNH so much.
I'm looking up their schedule but I don't want to. I always do this. I always speak before I know for sure and before I speak this into existence. Yet they haven't played anyone, Sean. That's why they're 5-0. Their signature conference win is Elon. You know what the rest were? Stony Brook, Townsend, Albany, and Monmouth. So that is so arbitrary.
Monmouth plays tough though. It's the CAA, man. What's the rest of UNH's schedule? Let me hear the rest of their back half gauntlet.
Of course, I just closed the tab. Wait,
stink.
Give me 1 second. This is why we need a producer.
Here's the thing: the CAA is nuts this year, and this is just every week. There's some matchup like this that shifts everything around. Elon was the hot team. Now Elon's sitting in like 6th.
Yeah. So their next game. They're playing Dartmouth, which is annoying. Oh no, wait, they already played Dartmouth. I'm very stupid. Their next game is Richmond. They're off this week. They get to party hardy for Halloween.
Sure.
And then they've got Rhode Island at home, which is, as we know, that is the abyss. That garbage high school
white trash stadium. If you got a track around your stadium, I don't like it.
I'm loving this barnyard word, and I honestly think that is the most barnyard stadium out there. It's just just a dipshit, dilapidated setup. And then Maine is their last game.
And to have the big waste management board, I always thought that was weird. I know Waste Management has the big golf, the Waste Management Open in golf, but I'm like, they didn't have a better sponsor than Waste Management. How does that reflect on your stadium? And Waste Management, whatever the company, we need garbage men. Garbage men are heroes in the country for what they do.
I don't know if that stadium. I don't know if that stadium has a nickname, but please tell me that it's called the Dump. That would be the most misused opportunity to not call that the Dump. But let's talk about this game, Sean. William Mary, Rhode Island, and this is a battle where we're having two teams that have stellar offensive performers, really strong defenses. I have a feeling that this game ends up being relatively low scoring. Now, I really like some of the notes that you threw in here, but we've kind of got the battle of two really good rushing offenses and some quality quarterbacks that are supporting these offenses.
Why'd you say that like that?
Say what? Like what?
You did a really good job, but this is what we're going to focus on here.
No, you literally wrote it in the notes that William and Mary has 200. I was setting you up to share the stat.
I thought you were setting me up to dump on me here. Okay.
No, I was setting you up to read the number you put in.
Here's the thing. William Mary is getting 253 rush yards per game.
Nuts.
It's nuts. Their leading backs, Bronson Yoder and Malachi Emo, both great names for running backs. Honest to God, great names. They should both be strength coaches after football.
Bronson and Malachi.
They have a rushing attack. They stick to it. They're effective, and they beat you into the ground. They don't need to go popping off through the air. Why would they? If they can get 253 rush yards a game, let's think about that. Average drive starts at the 25. 75. Okay, so you're basically getting 3 full drives rushing the ball down the field, maybe 3.5, ending up in touchdowns. Touchdowns obviously not a correlation, but my mind works that way. Where at will, the other team down 21 automatically because you can't. How are you stopping that? And if you're down 21 automatically, it doesn't matter because William Mary's holding their opponents to 20 points per game, a plus 14 differential where they're scoring 34 a game. It just successfully in that way to operate. They're beating folks. They're beating teams, which is going to present a tough time for Rhode Island. Rhode Island has electricity. It has grit. Kasim Hill is a leader. The offensive line is tough. The defense swarms. But Rhode Island is a bit flaky.
They're inconsistent.
And they're getting more consistent. This is not me, being Mr. Naysayer against Rhode Island. I just don't know if they needed to beat Delaware for me to have the full confidence. They did. They needed me to. And I know Delaware's not top of the CAA, but you know what I'm saying, Joe.
Yeah. Here's the one main takeaway I have from this game. And I know that there's been a lot of really good games from Rhode Island this year, and Kasim Hill has done a really nice job, and they've had success from a lot of different offensive players. There's so many different guys to go to. The one thing, and we only played there once, and we've kind of alluded to this on the show before. It's like a wormhole going to William and Mary. It's weird. It's so weird. It's not a good stadium. It's not, and it just feels like you're It feels like you're playing football in the early 1900s.
It's
the only way that I can
it's
explain
antiquated. I remember I went on a baseball visit there. I didn't even go on I think I actually met up with a football coach there on a baseball, because I was attending some camp, some visit there. Had a good camp, by the way. I had a great batting practice, and then when it came to the live game, I think I had a hit or something like that.
Mhm.
I got rung up on a nasty two-seamer for some 6'6" joker that I'm certain went D1. I mean, I'm sitting there like, you want me to hit that pitch? Okay, fine. I'll go put my gloves up. Regardless, the football stadium, I remember we were walking around with one of their, probably a GA, and then I'm looking around like, this place is eerie. It's got a weird atmosphere to it, and it's unwelcoming. It's cold. It's not friendly, which great home field advantage. But you go there and you're like, you get a little bit of the goosies.
What did you just blow out of your mouth?
Air.
That was the.
Did you want me to just belch right into the microphone?
I don't know. That was just a weird. Why did you? Never mind. Never mind. I don't know why I asked these questions. I was just really thrown off.
Hey, you put that forehead vein back in. All right, you tuck that thing back in when you're talking to me.
The lighting's bad. Whatever. Yeah, I'm in a bit of a tizzy with predicting this one because I have a lot of.
What do you fall off your tuffet?
Shut the fuck up.
You stake that barnyard ass term.
Shut the fuck up. As much as I want to lean Rhode Island, I just William and Mary's been hot. William and Mary's been hot, and this is a trap game. And actually, it's not even a trap game. This is a hard matchup.
Yes,
and they're probably not favored. If there is a line for this game, I think I have to lean William and Mary.
I don't think it's unfair to do so. William and Mary has had very, very gritty wins, and it's hard to even say that when Rhode Island just won in 7 overtime versus Monmouth. Mm-hmm. Monmouth is not a slouch, okay? No. They're new to the CAA, but they're not a slouch, and they really haven't ever been. So it's very hard to no line yet. Oh, it is what it is.
There's no line.
No line. It'll be like 61 degrees though. It'll be good weather for Rhodey. Yeah. Oh, damn it. Am I supposed to go to this game? I can't go to this game.
I think you were supposed to go with
Jamie Williams.
You're a piece of shit.
I got other stuff to do.
I'm sure you do.
I do.
How far is it?
Oh, it's like an hour and a half. It's really not far at all.
Yeah. Well, you're a bad person.
I already saw him. I'm not going to see him twice in a year. I'm not going to be weird.
Jamie or Rhodey?
Rhodey. When have I ever seen Jamie Williams?
I was going to say, when have you seen Jamie?
If Jamie Williams wants to go send it in DC or Boston with me, I will go. I will take Jamie Williams to Spider Kelly's. I know he knows what Spider Kelly's is. Jamie, we can go to Boston.
All I know,
ballroom. We can go to Clarendon Ballroom.
All I know is that Jamie thinks you don't like him.
Well, Jamie sent me a weird message.
What was it?
On your way down, you can stop and hang. You can stop.
Did you respond to him?
No.
You didn't respond?
No.
You're a.
I love Jamie. I love Jamie Williams.
You just said I can't.
We have to get on to the next.
Oh, you're such a bad person.
I feel bad. I do feel bad.
Oh my God. Come on. I have always responded to Jamie. I might be slow sometimes, but I've always.
You want to get into the dirt? You want to start doing this?
You're bad.
Go ahead.
He tags me and stuff on Facebook. Like we're friends on Facebook. Are you
enjoying the tour in my closet right now? Because I'll go into yours. We'll check out the skeletons there. I let people see. I say, hey, here's
a bad
the one
person.
Skeleton. Here's my other skeleton.
Idaho, Sacramento State. So Idaho had their signature win against Montana, and they've been riding pretty high. They're 14th in the country right now, and Sacramento State gets their climb back victory against Montana last week. Both these teams have been good, and I really love what Idaho has done, and Jermaine Jackson is fantastic, who's their star receiver. Now, here's one reason, albeit that Sacramento State is extremely explosive on offense. They're one of the best in the country in terms of rush offense. They've got a top 30 pass offense. A lot of nice things, especially with how good their offensive line has been, top 30 statistically in both categories. I am reluctant to sit here and pick Sacramento State outright because of the one thing that we talk about a lot. It's hard to win tough games in back-to-back weeks. It just is. And to climb back the way that you did against Montana takes a lot out of you. And now you got to face the team that beat Montana. It's not going to be a very easy task.
For Idaho or Sac State?
For Sac State.
Oh, okay. Because gotcha. Hey, you're saying a lot of names. You're saying a lot of things. All right. Hey, you know what?
Listen.
You know what doesn't make me reluctant to take Sac State in this game?
What?
Their quarterback's third in the nation in rushing touchdowns.
This is nuts.
He's got like 8. He's got like I think 16 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah,
Asher O'Hara is going crazy. Cameron Scatabo tied for 5th in the nation in rushing yards. This is like that crazy ass VMI team where every time they got within the 5, they just scored touchdowns. This is what it's reminding of, except a little better talent than VMI. Okay, a little, maybe some better athletes, maybe better coaching, but you know what you understand where I'm going. It's a better team, in a better conference that is fighting for their life. I'm gonna go through it here again. I like going through the conferences, especially now that we're starting to get some what is the word? Solidifying? It's starting to solidify a little bit. Solidification. Yes. At 5, Montana 2-2, 5-2 overall. 4th is Weber State 3-1, 6-1 overall. 3-1 in conference. Idaho 4-0 in conference. I mean, there's somebody that picked them to be at this point to be vying for the Big Sky. It wasn't us. 5-2 overall. Sac State, 2nd place, 4-0 in conference, 7-0 overall. Montana State in 1st, 5-0, 7-1 overall. So we're looking at a battle of 2 and 3 in the Big Sky right now. Either Sacramento State holds on and then maybe they're tied for 3rd with Weber, or Idaho decides to jump up to the number 2 spot. What if Montana State loses? Then we got a 3-way tie for 1st. Dude, it's getting spicy in the Big Sky.
No, it definitely is getting spicy, but my question for you here is then, the standings are all nice and well, but like, what side do you lean? Who are you picking in this game?
Sac State. It's always been Sac State.
Okay.
Always.
I think I am going with Sac State as much as I love Coach Eck.
How could you do Chris Hammond like that? Oh, you're a bad person. Oh, how could you do him like that?
I also respond to Chris Hammond. So
I respond to Chris Hammond plenty.
Does he whatever? You're still a bad person. I respond to like 95% of our listeners. The ones I don't respond to are the obnoxious ones who say disrespectful things to us.
Here's the thing. I'll respond to a disrespect faster than I'll respond to those creeps that were tagging me in that weird stuff.
What weird stuff?
You know,
those guys loved you, man. Those guys were great.
Get the hell out of here.
Wait, were those Campbell supporters?
No. They definitely were not. I don't know what they are. They were weird. But Sac State, they just got a good team. They need to not give up as much pressure as they have to Idaho. I see this here that you've put in. Very handy, very, very handy of you, Joe. Sac State 13th in the nation in sacks allowed. Yeah, it's suboptimal. That's not great.
What?
13th in the
that means that they have
the
13th least amount of sacks allowed.
How is that how it allowed given
That's
up?
like standard. That's like standard to read it that way.
I wish it was. I guess now when you put it that way, it does make sense, but it doesn't make enough sense for me to not get confused by it.
That's fair. Okay. But I also, when you weren't listening, I also said that their offensive line has been really good.
Well, it's tough to listen. You go so fast.
Dipshit.
I listen to this podcast on half speed.
I also lean Sac State, and I really want to pick Idaho. And I think
that means Idaho's going to win if we're both leaning there.
There's a strong possibility that there could be an upset here, but I think realistically that rushing offense is a lot to deal with. And Idaho's going to finish with they're one of the teams that I think might likely make a playoff. They're just not going to win this game. Sac State's been really freaking good this year. All right, Montana at Weber State. This is the battle of redemption between both these teams that very, very, very desperately need to get back on track. Sean, I'm going to be just straight up with this one, not really dancing around it. I think that this is a get-right game for Weber. They won against Montana State, man.
What is Weber line in your pockets?
They beat Montana State and their long snapper completely screwed them. If you have a normal punting day, no issues. And I'm not saying take out the weather, because the weather obviously had an impact on those punting plays. But if you had a good long snapper and he got the job done, they won that football game. Weber has everything that they need to beat Montana. And apparently that's been pointing out to us, there are some injuries on that Montana squad that might hurt them in this matchup. This one should be an easy one, man. It's at home. Give me Weber. You muted yourself.
I know.
Oh.
I'm using my cough button. The
Okay.
Gresh taught us about. Look.
You're not gonna just cough into the microphone?
Here's the cough button. This is what you're gonna use. I use the cough button all the time. Yours doesn't work though. Thank God I don't have a co-host. All right, Gresh. Thanks. Fucking love Gresh. Here, Joe, again, Weber State disappearing act. All right? Just follow me here.
Mhm.
I've said that. I've maintained that. Montana, not as impressive as they should have been this year so far. Weber State, though, they have the tools, right? They should have beat Montana State. They had momentum, they had scoring, they had defense. They didn't have special teams. And they lost in such a way that could break them. They did. These aren't pros. They lost in such a way where all you see for all of Sunday and Monday, it's being covered on Sports Center.
No.
Other shows of note had that as topic 1A. Maybe shows of note that one of the hosts of this show produces.
That was the first thing you talked about?
Wait. It might have been. It was either that or it was one of the key subjects of the show. When that happens, a team either rallies and says, okay, that's not happening again, or it becomes their identity for the season.
I think the kid...
I'm not willing to gamble that it doesn't become the whole team's identity.
I don't think it does. I think that this is a well-coached program. I have faith in them to rally. You bench the kid, you remove that distraction, which I'm hoping that they do.
I know.
And you move forward.
Look, I'm not saying it does either.
I would be
so gamble on that happening.
If I was on that team, I would be so pissed off from that costing us a game. That's
not a good team mentality to have.
Yes, it is. It's like we need to get right. We need to focus. We need to do everything we can.
How cohesive were we when the offense and the defense were all pissed at each other all the time? But were we a good team?
It's not a matter of being pissed at each other. It's a matter of like, okay, we lost a game that we should have won because of the performance of one person. We're going to come out and we're going to fix it, and we're going to focus and do it. We did our jobs last weekend, and we're going to trust that they get their job done. If they start that long snapper, they are going to lose. The same shit is going to happen because every long snapper has been in that situation. I've never done it in a game because I wasn't bad like this long snapper. God. But when you have a rough day and you come back the next day, you have two ways to approach it. You nut up and move on, or you let it completely consume your thoughts and infect your thinking. And a lot of long snappers do that and don't move past it. I've seen punters and kickers do the same thing.
It's the yips.
It's the yips. Don't start the kid.
I don't think I had a bad long snap in high school. I know I had some really bad shotgun snaps.
Yeah, I'm sure you were great.
Hey, go screw. Again, I could have had the PAT job.
Okay. But
just
you didn't.
So you know.
But
just
you
so
didn't.
you know.
But
I didn't want to have it. I didn't want
You didn't. I could be playing in the NFL right now.
What'd you say?
I could be playing in the NFL right now.
No, you couldn't.
That was unlikely. That was extremely unlikely.
Mine was not unlikely.
It was extremely unlikely. Just because I had a coach who didn't like me doesn't mean that you were going to start over.
Who didn't like you?
Kennedy didn't like me. Also,
because you're too light in the ass.
Who replaced him? I don't even remember his name.
Coach Wheeler.
He didn't even know my name. He didn't even know my name.
Why would he?
I don't know. Maybe because I was a senior and I was starting for 4 years.
He didn't need to know your name. He needed to know the 13 offensive linemen's names.
It's not very good coaching.
What kind of ego do you have?
I got a big ass ego.
I never cared that if Coach Rexus knew my name or didn't. Never once did I care.
Yeah. If I was if I was a walk-on receiver, I would understand that. But if I'm on the freaking field goal unit and you're out there coordinating the guys that are on the field, and you're paying attention to what's going on, and like everyone, make sure everyone's stepping properly and shit, you should know the goddamn long snap. You're a part of the line of scrimmage. I'm basically a center. You should know my goddamn name.
All right. We're getting off track.
I'm not saying I'm a sinner, but
I know. I understand the basics of logs. I understand.
In whatever.
You want to get all right. Hey, I got stuffed peppers to eat. All right.
Let's do the picks. I also have things to do and things.
What are you
eat.
eating tonight?
I'm going to a steakhouse. Going to Mastro's.
I don't know Mastro. Why would you say it like I knew Mastro's?
It's like it's a chain. It's a very popular steakhouse.
What is it, like Ruth's Chris?
Kind of, or like Fleming's, or like it's a little nicer than those places. You never heard of
Chaboy? Is that what they serve?
I hate this show.
That's for an audience of one.
Sean beat me last week.
Oh, did I?
For 10, 7
what
for 10.
What can I celebrate with?
53 for
here. I'll do a little selly here.
53 for 80, 57 for 80 for Sean. I am down by 4 units. We're getting to this week's pick'em. Rhode Island, William and Mary. Sean, pick your goddamn team.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was too busy chugging a victory beer. Could you read out the finals?
Rhode Island, William and Mary.
So Sean's 57 for 80. That's shooting what? Like 60%?
All right, I'm picking for Sean. Sean is abstaining from voting on this one. So
I am not. I am choosing William Mary.
Okay, I'm picking URI. You're a goddamn hater. Montana Weber.
I am picking Weber State.
I ride my guys, man. I ride my guys. Give me Weeder.
Who's a Weeder? I think that's a bad 4-person band.
The show just can't finish in a professional manner. We started off like kind of well with a really bad opening segment.
Weezer has that one song that's just awful.
I'm going with Weber. Southern Jackson State.
Jackson State.
Give me Jackson State. Chattanooga Furman.
I am taking Jackson State hosting game day.
College game day, yeah.
Yep, that's a big deal. I'm sure
they're gonna blow them out.
Yeah, Jackson State's gonna win. I am taking Chat. They are rolling.
Give me the Chat. Mercer.
Not hating on the Firmer though. I'm taking Mercer.
Mercer as well. Fordham or Holy Cross.
I am taking Fordham and the strikingly handsome Tim DeMoratz.
Is he handsome?
I'm sure.
You're just assuming? Uh-oh, let's find out. I know plenty of ugly quarterbacks. Oh, he's got the Top Gun mustache. Sean.
It's just a guess. You throw that many yards, you gotta be somewhat good looking.
How do I share my screen?
Right, let's see this Joker. How tall is he?
He's 6'4".
That's a handsome fella right there.
That is a handsome man right there.
Handsome fella. Where'd you go? Where'd he go? Bring the dream boat back.
He's right there. I'm all in on Tim Demorat, man. QB1
from Florida.
QB1 in my heart.
That thing.
All right, let's stay.
That rock slinging the football.
I'm also going with Fordham. Holy Cross is overrated. They stink. Penn State or no Penn at Brown.
I'm taking Brown. Too many distractions at Penn.
I know that they've got their idiots. But it's at Brown.
I talked trash to a girl that went to Brown recently.
Yeah, I'm sure that girl was probably thinking, this fellow that's probably working as a janitor.
Stop saying I work as a janitor.
This mechanic. That's probably what she probably thought very low of you. That's
who are you picking?
I'm picking Penn.
Yeah, she was like going to grad school at Brown too.
Yeah, you. What are you doing? You're editing audio, and she's probably studying to become a doctor.
I bet she's really happy at Brown.
Yeah,
one of 13 people in that stadium, MPS field.
Yeah, when she's making $300,000 a year, I'm sure that she's going to be really upset.
I'm sure she'll be really happy sitting in East Greenwich.
That was really new. That was really nuanced. Sacred Heart, St. Francis.
Yeah, I wasn't even supposed to be nuanced.
Sacred Heart, Francis.
St. Francis. Screw Sacred Heart.
Give me Sacred Heart. San Diego at St. Thomas.
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas has been hot. I think they're the Paladins. I've got no idea. I'm just guessing. Eastern Kentucky at
you hack.
What? Okay.
SEMO.
They're the Knights, I think. Eastern Kentucky at ranked SEMO.
Punch you in the head. Hold on.
St. Thomas mascot. Oh, it's Tommy the Wildcat. Wow. Wow, I couldn't even
Tommy the Tomcat.
Oh, Tommy the Tomcat. Wow. And it's in Minnesota?
Get Kevin Moore on the phone. It's a weak ass Wildcat.
Is it a Wildcat or is it a
I think it's a Tomcat.
It's the stupidest looking Tomcat.
He's not even yoked. I need a yoked mascot.
This mascot stinks.
At least the Rhodey Ram has some shoulders on him. If you have a mascot that is not yoked, then you're nothing.
This is we're getting really off track here, and I just have to share this. I'm really sorry, Sean.
Okay, go ahead.
I have to. This is the most disturbing mascot.
Who the hell is that?
That's frightening. Why would you let your?
That's a New York. That's a Times Square character holding a child that he's kidnapping. Whoa! I actually like that guy. Scroll back up. I like him. All right, the new variation. Okay, so
right.
I like cool. You see, I like the I like this where he's just obviously wearing a leopard skin suit.
The original one's disturbing. That was fucking disturbing. Okay, SEMO versus
SEMO.
Eastern Kentucky. I'm going with Eastern Kentucky. Give me the upset. All right, Sean, go enjoy your peppers in Modern Warfare. At Joe DeLeone at Sanderson Radio.
Sunday
live stream. Oh, this show you're talking about?
Just shows for Hack City.
This is going to air immediately, and then we're going to go.
I know. I'm trying to do some housekeeping for the listeners to know when they can get the next show from us.
It's kind of hard to vacuum when somebody else is also vacuuming right underneath me. So how about you're like vacuuming on my vacuum. So let me housekeep. Metaphor? Yeah, because you said housekeeping. We're going live on Sunday as we usually do. This is the worst college football podcast ever. I'm sorry that you listen. We're goddamn idiots. Please subscribe. Sean is observing kitchens and baths. I hope you enjoy it. Drive safe.